And here we are arrived, dear friends and colleagues, after 4 years of project of EUROASI and its prosecution for you and us. We are at the end of this project, this wonderful second part of EUROASI project. It has been a very interesting adventure that we have been taking all together for these already 4 full years of project, but in total 6 years of work already. And this is not the end. We are planning another part of the project. But let's summarize a little bit what we have been doing during these 6 years of our lives. We started with this idea of EUROASI, where we wanted to actually understand the needs of young people and youth organizations in different parts of the world, and comparing especially youth participation and youth organizations in Europe and in Southeast Asia. We selected 2 countries to start our journey, and these 2 countries are the Philippines and Indonesia in Southeast Asia. And in Europe we have involved different countries. We started 6 years ago actually, involving Portugal, Italy, Slovenia, Malta from Europe, and the Philippines and Indonesia. Then with For You and Us, we added Belgium, and we continued with Portugal and Italy. For the first part of the project, EUROASI, we needed to have countries and organizations that were working more at local level and showing what we do, how we work in Europe with youth organizations, what is youth participation in Europe, and we selected organizations that are acting with young people at different levels, in voluntarism or in coordination with public institutions, or at international level completely, or a little bit at international level hands-on, and charity, in order to give to our friends from overseas a more varied idea of what youth work is in Europe. And in the second part, instead, For You and Us was more focusing on the policy-making level a little bit more. We kept working with some of the organizations that were already involved in the first project, but we added 1 country, especially because of the fact that it's the headquarters of the European institutions. We went to visit the European Parliament, and especially one part of the Commission that is taking care of youth policies in Europe. With EUROASI, we tried to understand the status quo, the status of the art in the 2 different continents, trying to see what can be taken from Southeast Asia to Europe and what Europe can give to Southeast Asia. With the aim of creating this program of exchange for learning that could be specific for Asia and Europe. So we went to investigate all these aspects, and we gave tools to the youth of both continents to improve themselves. They learned the meaning of being active citizens. They learned how to organize activities. It was a learning part. On the second part of the project, For You and Us has been more implementing what has been learned in the first part, and also put a little bit more structure on this big program that is the main aim of the whole project, being the creation of this youth mobility program between Europe and Asia. So now, during For You and Us, participants have put into practice what they learn during EUROASI. They have implemented local activities. They have created researches connected to the youth policies in the different countries. They put together all these results. They have been listening to people with experience related to the youth work, to active participation, and they created their own small projects. And finally, we started to put the basis for this program. We took the inspiration from Youth in Action program. We would like to realize a kind of Erasmus+, but that would allow the full participation of young people from Southeast Asia. And the program should be funded not only by the European Commission, but should be an agreement and should be an example to create a kind of Erasmus Plus for Southeast Asian nations. In this context, we have also had several meetings with representatives of the Asian Association of Southeast Asian Nations. The project seemed to be very interesting also for them. So all the results that we had until now, they are putting very good hopes on the opportunity and possibility to continue with our big aim to create this program that will involve an impact on all young people of Southeast Asia. And hopefully it will be a cooperation program that will allow more and more exchanges between our youngsters from Europe and from Southeast Asia. I wait for you for the next steps that hopefully you will see in other 2 or 3 years. As you know, all these big policies need time to be adapted and created, and we hope that we will succeed with our aim. At the moment, we are on the right path. Thank you.